Hello, welcome back to Rich Tech. Today we've got quite a number of chargers to repair here. These are around 9, and usually I bring to you videos on how I repair one at a time. But I thought it will be best to give you this first step, which I don't usually film because maybe I haven't thought it's important. But I thought it would be important to show you the process I usually go through before I decide to repair any chargers, Magsafe chargers that is. Now I've arranged them, they may appear haphazard, but I've arranged them in a sort of order, and I'll be telling you the order in a moment. But the purpose of this video is to show you which chargers you should repair and which ones you should not repair, and which ones are salvageable and which ones are not, and how do you go about determining what type of repair you'll do for which type of charger. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so, like and share. The first thing I usually do for any charger before I determine if it's worth to be repaired or salvaged is to check if it's a genuine charger or a fake charger or a high copy charger. Now for a high copy charger, you can repair those because they are a bit durable, but for fake chargers there is no need of even trying or wasting your time to repair them. So for every charger that I get to repair, I do a simple test, and again you can do this by watching this video. Also watch my two videos or previous videos on genuine versus fake chargers, but this is one of the processes I take each charger that I get to repair. The first thing is to check the serial number. If the serial number is engraved on the body of the charger, that's most probably a genuine charger, an original charger. And also check the writings on the side. If you check the writings on the side and they are not so dark, but also they are clear and sharp, but they are not dark, they are slight gray, then you know such a charger is genuine. The other thing which is a dead giveaway is this knock. I call it the knocking test or hitting test. You hit your charger. If you hit it and you get that solid sound, that first shows you that inside here all the components are there, or most of the components are in there, and it's most likely a genuine charger. And then you'll be doing that while comparing, also feeling its weight. So that tells you that this charger is genuine, most likely genuine. Now with the knocking test, you can be able to tell most genuine chargers and fake chargers right away. Solid knock, nothing is shaking inside, that's most probably genuine. That's genuine. So big, but it sounds hollow, so this is most probably not genuine. And that's a fail. But just to confirm, you can also see that these junctions here are discolored. For a genuine charger, these junctions retain their color whether they are old or they are aged or not. You can see these ones are aged. And also the other method I use is to check for this cable holder. If it's a fake charger, it has a small dot right there. Don't know if you can see it. Small dot right there on the cable holder. The cable holder is this. Let me just show you clearly. This is the cable holder. When you fold this cable together, it holds your cable in place. So if this cable holder has a dot right there at the back of it, it shows that this charger is most probably a fake charger, and you don't need to waste your time repairing it. So this charger The only thing which it is good for is the case, because this the guys who counterfeit these charger bodies or these chargers give them new or very good cases, but inside there is nothing. I'll show you that in a moment. And the cable can be salvaged, but I may need to remove that in that portion there. The rest of the cable looks okay. The pins in the connector appear to be okay, so that is a fail. So quickly, you get the point. Genuine, 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 and you have these two guys without cables. Again, all those are genuine compared to this. So this is probably a fake. So there is no need of wasting my time on that. I'll not repair that. I will consider repairing these chargers. For this charger which is sounding hollow, it's no use to us. Let me show you why. Opens quite easily. That is a characteristic of these fake chargers. If you look inside, it opens quite easily. Opens, no many components inside, but this is a dead giveaway right here. You see this? This has been put here in order to increase the weight of this charger. That definitely tells you that this charger is a fake. If you find this inside, tells you this is a fake. These counterfeiters know that you will notice if the charger is light, and most usually suspect that it's a fake. So they add this metal, what do I call this? This metal part, carved nicely so as to fit in this space, and it has some weight so that when you pick up this charger it feels heavy. And it's a counterfeit. As you can see from the outside, we could see those telltale marks, but now we are definite this is a fake. We don't use it, we don't need it. The only thing you can use is this cable, because they tend to use sometimes quality cable. This cable looks like a fake, but it is usable, but the charger itself is not. The only thing we can also use here is this casing. When deciding which chargers to repair, this is definitely a no-no. That one is useless. This is useless, and you can cut off the cable at that point. This is useless. The casings are usable. You can find a charger which requires a new case. We can use this case. And as I told you earlier, they use clean, proper casings because they want you to be attracted by the outside. The inside, as you've seen, is full of junk. So we'll keep this case and use it on another charger on another day. Looks good. Once we've decided which chargers we want to repair, the next phase of this evaluation is we've decided these ones are okay for repair, but what kind of repair do we want for any charger? Now I've separated them into groups sort of, so as to show you how to go about this. This is important to know how much work and time you'll put on each charger. Now obviously these don't have cables, so these ones are clearly cable jobs, and all you'll need to do is to open the body of the charger, and these junctions are reusable, so you'll put in a cable right there and clean them up, and they are ready for work. That is if they have not blown up. So those ones are easy. The second group of chargers, we have these chargers here, and these two or these three have damage on first of all on the junction. You can see this one has a damage on the junction here, and if you feel around the cable with your hands, you may come across other damages on the cable, but this one seems to be okay. Then you check the connector and push the pins here in and out. I've already done that. The pins are okay, the cable is okay except that point. So the job required here is basically to cut off the cable here. Then we open the charger, remove this junction, and push this cable back in and solder it in place and clean the charger. You have this second charger. Now this charger, it has the same damage as this first one at the junction. That's we can repair this. Feel along the cable for any damage on the rubber insulation. There appears to be none along the cable, and so if the damage is more than 10 centimeters, there is no need for trying to save this cable. You may need only to take the connector if it's working and join it to another cable which is of good condition. So that's the second stage, and this applies for this charger too. This, I've looked at it, the cable is all fine except that point. So this one again is for replacement of that junction, and also we cut off this portion of the cable which is spoiled and used the remaining part which is good. This charger is original, the cable is good, and the cable is good all the way up to this point. Of course, this one we can pull it, we can pull the rubber insulation to cover it until this point, but when we come to the connector, you can see that it's destroyed at that point. It's hanging, it's done. So this is not worth saving. So the repair needed here on this charger cable. Okay, we have another damage right here in the middle. The repair needed on this will be like to change the connector, cut off at that point, fix a new connector, but we have this damage in the middle of the cable. So when we have damage in the middle of the cable at any with any charger, then it's not worth saving the cable. The only thing you can look at is if you can salvage the charger and the junction, and if this connector has a bit of rubber insulation next to it at that place. So the cable here is not salvageable. We'll need a new cable for it. So we can put it together with the ones which require cables. Same to this, the damage is at the junction, and this is easy to repair. But if we go up or through the cable, feel all through, we'll find out that there's damage right here, and that renders this cable useless, so to speak. It's not worth saving because you do not want to repair a charger and in the middle of which you find there is damage. There's also damage at the end here. Insulation is broken too, but this is easily repairable, as is that. The damage at the middle of the cable at that point renders this cable useless. All we'll do here is to salvage that connector. There is a last group of charger here. This charger is an original one. I've gone through all the cable. There is no damage to it, even though it's slightly discolored to yellow, but that's not a big deal until you reach this point. Now the cable is okay, the connector is okay, but our damage is right here. See, this rubber which covers this junction is destroyed. Now this is easily replaceable, but the main challenge which makes this job unique is that this rubber must be inserted to this cable either from this end or from this end. And for that to happen, you have to cut off this connector and insert a new junction at this point. and then return the connector, which is a lot of work. The other thing we can do is to open this charger, cut off this cable at this point, and insert a new rubber junction at that point and bring it all the way up to here and secure it with glue, and then we can return this cable to this junction and close the charger. That's an easier job to do. So if you have a choice at any point whether to remove the connector and return it or open this place and repair it, always go for this. You don't want to mess with this. You only mess with the connector when you have no other choice or when you have to. The other thing you should look out for in all chargers is the condition of the connectors. Make sure all the pins are flexible. You can push them in and out. None is stuck inside, none is short, and there's no burning. So if the pins are okay, then it's good to repair. If the pins are not okay, they are not bouncy, so to speak, they are not compressible, then it's not worth repairing it. So I've done for all the chargers and I found out that all the pins are okay. So which is the easiest thing to do? The easiest repair here would be this. So we can start with that and these two, because the damage is easy to repair. So I hope that helps you, and you can also watch my other videos and see how I repair them, and I hope you will be helped. Thanks once again for watching. I'll post one of these videos and you can see how I'm going about the repair, and you can also follow along and do your own repair. Thank you once again. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like and share the videos.